All right, number 4. We are solving using the quadratic formula, and we should be pros at this by now after doing the dominoes and the jigsaw puzzle. First thing we're going to do is make sure it's in standard form, and it is. We got everything in order, and it's all on the same side, so we're going to go through and figure out what A, B, and C are. Now, remember, this is not A, H, and K. This is A, B, and C. So A is what's in front of x squared, which is 5. B is what's in front of x, and C is your constant, which is -7. All right. Now, remember, we're going to find 3 things. Here's the quadratic formula. Let me scoot this up so you can see it. You've got opposite B plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. Remember, that's the discriminant divided by 2a. So what we're going to find is these 3 things that I circled. We're going to find them separately, and then we'll plug them all in. Okay, so the first one thing we're going to do is opposite B. What is opposite B? Well, B is 4, so opposite B is -4. The next step is we're going to find the discriminant. And remember, the discriminant is b squared minus 4ac. So we're going to do b squared minus 4ac. Now, the point of doing this is because if this turns out to be negative, then I'm done. I don't have to find the number, I don't have to solve the solutions. I'm done. So we're just going to plug in, we're not going to do opposite B, we're going to plug in these numbers where they go. And remember, it's not in this order. It's B first, which is 4, and then A is 5, and C is -7. And then you can type that in the calculator just like it looks. So 4 squared minus 4 times 5 times -7, which is 156. So our discriminant is 156. I'm going to put that right here. Since it's positive, that means we're going to have 2 solutions. Okay, and then the last thing we're going to find is 2a. And so it's 2 times a, which is 5. So 2 times 5 is 10. So these 3 numbers right here are what we're going to plug into those circles that of this equation. So to find our solutions, we're going to say x equals -4 plus or minus the square root of 156 divided by 10. And then we can just type that in the calculator. Now remember, it's important how you put your parentheses, or where you put them. We want parentheses around the numerator. So we're going to start off with parentheses. This is -4 plus the square root of 156. And it has that arrow. So you have to hit your right arrow key before you close it, and then divided by 10. So our first solution, rounded to the nearest, it doesn't tell us where to round, but we're going to round to the nearest hundredth. And so that's after the 4. And since that's an 8, that's going to make the 4 a 5. So that's going to be 0.85. And I'm saying round to the nearest hundredth because everything we've done, we've been rounding to the nearest hundredth. So we're just going to stick with that. All right, now remember so you don't have to retype this, we can hit second enter and then scroll back over and change that to a minus sign, not a negative, a minus sign, and then hit enter. And so that would be -1.65 because that 8 makes that 4 round up. So -1.65. And that's our solutions for number 4.